How do you know the difference between when to stop something and when to keep going and push past your comfort zone? It is a question I ask myself all the time. It's a question I ask myself in the context of running a marathon or training for one, rather. It's a question I ask myself in the context of launching a business and a podcast and creating a successful Instagram account, which, by the way, be sure to follow us at Super Awesome Mix. It's a question that doesn't have an easy answer, unfortunately. I think the answer often comes to, what does your gut say? What is your heart telling you to do? You hear people talk about that, and that can sound like a wishy-washy answer. There's actually a lot of really interesting research lately that our intestinal system, our so-called gut, actually has neurological cells in it, that our brain is not the only neurocenter in our bodies. And often a gut feeling, this feeling of instinct, this feeling of following your heart, is a decision being made by these neurological cells in your intestinal system, your GI tract, which I find fascinating. I don't know too much yet on the research, so I don't want to speak out of turn here and go into something that I don't fully understand, but they are beginning to find these cells not only in our brain. That to me validates this idea that sometimes it is worth following your heart and listening to your gut instinct. Don't you ever just know that you're on the right path? If you sometimes take a moment and kind of silence your brain as much as you can, let's say you just close your eyes 10 to 15 minutes and you're doing that manifestation, kind of thinking about the future, thinking about where you want to be and what your goals are, and allowing yourself to visually explore that space in the thoughts in your mind. What are you feeling? Check in with yourself. Are you feeling an excitement? Are you feeling a sense of joy? Are you feeling a sense of eagerness for that to be true? Or do you feel maybe nothing and a mismatch? And that perhaps it's not really your dream. You only think it's your dream. And that you might really be happier if you didn't pursue this and pursued something else instead. I've had a lot of moments with myself where I always believed I wanted to do something, but really deep down, I know that there's a voice telling me, like, but do you really want to be doing that? Or do you only think you want to be doing that? Or do you like the accolades that come with announcing that you want to do that? But in reality, it's not for you. Oftentimes that's the case. And I've just been ignoring that voice because I want the external recognition for pursuing something, when in fact I'm getting no internal recognition, which I find is far more powerful of a motivator. So when you're out there pursuing whatever it is that matters to you, check in with yourself. Take some time. If you're not already doing a meditation habit, I highly recommend one. And I'm sure I will do an episode on how super awesome meditation is. But at least sit for 10 to 15 minutes, or maybe put a journal in front of you with a pen and some paper and write out what you really believe are your goals, and talk about the feelings that come with those goals. Think about those feelings, write them down. Maybe go out to coffee with a good friend of yours and just say, hey, I'm going to kind of word vomit for the next hour and kind of explore, am I doing the right thing? I find that those kinds of experiences can be very helpful to get that answer to the question of, is this something that is worth pursuing and worth putting in my all? Or is it something that I'm better off walking away from and putting these resources towards something else? Because we really do have limited resources. We've got limited time. We have limited attention. We have limited willpower. We have limited energy. The nature of being alive is that we are limited from the second we're born. And so we don't really want to be spending that on things that don't align with where we really want to go. I'll use an example, as I often do whenever I'm out running. There's a really big difference when I'm out running between thinking I want to stop because my brain is just kind of tired and is kicking its, being its lazy self and just telling me, hey, wouldn't you rather be eating popcorn and watching a movie? Versus a time when it really needs to stop. Like maybe something is wrong. Like I'm unable to breathe. Like I have tightness in my chest, or there's a pain in my body that's being reported. And it's not just like a a cramping pain, but it's like a pain, you know, something that is really alarming. The only way that I'm able to answer that is by checking in with myself, and I frequently do these body scans when I'm out running and just kind of sensing like, "Hey, how are my shoulders doing? How are my abs doing? How are my legs doing? How are my ankles doing?" And being honest with the answer, and as long as everything is doing fine and my breathing is fine, I keep going. And so even as I'm running and I've got that voice somewhere inside of me, especially initially whenever I started this training program of wanting to stop, I ask myself, do I really want to stop? Am I doing okay? Am I in any pain, any discomfort? Is something wrong? The answer 99 out of 100 times has been no, nothing is wrong. I'm just being lazy. And I keep going. And I feel so rewarded for those moments of just continuing because that was the right thing to do. And that's what my gut was telling me to do. That's what my heart wanted to do. I had a spin instructor many, many years ago that would always say, heart on fire, brain on ice. There are many times, especially when you're exercising or when you're pursuing something hard, where your brain is going to try to negotiate you out of doing this, but your heart really wants you to do it. And so you just got to put your brain on ice. You have to pause your overthinking and your analyzation and just trust in your heart and in your gut. In that same vein, this song of the week is Till I Collapse by Eminem. Because there are things that are worth you pursuing till you collapse. Because they will make you feel better even in that moment of collapse, even when you have given it your all. I think it lights something up inside of you. Certainly, that's my experience. Whenever I'm pursuing something that I love, whenever I'm out there running and I'm pushing till that final mile in whatever race it is, whether it's a short race or a long race, when I'm giving it everything I've got and I cross that finish line, I feel fantastic. And I've even had experiences lately where I'm not able to finish because I pushed a little bit too hard and my body was reporting that I needed to stop. And even in those moments, I'm still proud of myself because I know that this is just a moment. This is a growth moment for me. I wasn't able to do it then, but I'm going to keep training. I'm going to take care of myself and I can show up and do it all over again and hit that goal one day. And I'll look back and marvel at how there was a time when I couldn't do it and now I can. So that's why Till I Collapse is this song of the week, because it's just a matter of making sure that you're pursuing the right goal. Until next week, I hope you have an amazing week. I hope you're able to check in with yourself, and I really hope that your goals align exactly with your pursuits.